There's been a lot of praise for Qwen-Image for its GPT-4o-like abilities to follow prompts and text output, but it is a bit on the slow side. With the new Qwen-Image Distill model, we can bring generation times down by 2 to 3 times while still maintaining decent quality in some situations. I'll go over how to set it up, how it compares, and where it falls behind the regular Qwen-Image. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start by getting all the models first. The normal Qwen-Image model is really large, so before I was already using the GGUF to test out the original model. Even with the Distill model, it's still really large, so luckily the community has already created the GGUFs for these as well. On this Hugging Face page, you'll see a full suite of GGUFs. For 8 gigs of VRAM, I've been using the Q4KS one, even though it's 12 gigs, but in practice when I'm actually using it, it only uses up about 7 gigs or so. It's never gone up to 8 gigs if I kept the resolution at a usable size. But obviously, if you have more or less VRAM, you can go up or down in the quant sizes. Then for the text encoder and VAE, if you haven't played with the Qwen-Image files, then you can grab them from here. If you have, they're the same ones for the distilled model. From the ComfyUI site, you can grab the text encoder here, and then the Qwen VAE here as well. And then just put them in the usual locations. Now that we have the 3 files, we can come back to ComfyUI and take a look at the workflow. Again, just always make sure you're on the latest version of Comfy for these new models. And for Qwen, I've upgraded all the way up to 0.3.49. As for the workflow itself, it's another pretty simple one, which is good. So let's go over it now. In the load model section, again, I've replaced it with the GGUF instead of the usual load diffusion model. So from here, you can either use the Qwen-Image Distill Q4 or the actual Qwen-Image Q4 that you've had before if you were using GGUFs previously. And then for the load clip, you put the Qwen one inside, make sure you're on Qwen-Image, and then device as CPU if you can do it, or default if you can't. And then the VAE, make sure you select the Qwen-Image VAE. Then the only other setup that you have here is just the size of the output image. The default square resolution that came with Comfy is 1328 by 1328, and that one seems to work well, especially for text rendering, which I'll show you samples of later. If you don't need text rendering, you can go a little bit smaller, all the way to 1024 by 1024, and it's still okay. Now, if we go back up to the top, my GGUF model goes through the 2 speed up nodes. Again, these are purely optional. If you can't get Sage Attention to work, then you can disable or delete these 2 nodes here. Also, if you're not sure what Sage Attention you have, you can also set this to auto and then let it choose on its own. After that, the model passes through the shift. This 3.1 value is also default from Comfy and seems to work okay. And then that model goes into the model in the K-sampler. For the prompt, there is a positive and negative, but with the Distill model, because you're using CFG1, the negative prompt doesn't work, so you can just leave that blank. The clips connect to both prompts into the positive, and then from the prompts, they both go into the positive and the negative of the K-sampler. The resolution that you picked before goes into the latent image on the K-sampler. That's basically it. Inside the K-sampler is where you'll find the biggest difference between the normal model and the Distill model. In the normal model, you still have the seed, which is normal for everything, but then in the steps for the normal model, the default is 20, and then the guidance is to go from anywhere from 20 to 50 steps, and then CFG usually is around 3 or 4. But in the Distill model, you can go down to 10 steps and still get working images, and also CFG is 1. It's the combination of these 2 that make the generations a lot faster. For the sampler and scheduler, I've been using Euler and Simple. Qwen-Image seems to work with a variety of different sampler and schedulers, so you can play around with these to see which ones you like. I found changing the sampler changes the output of the image a lot. The way the faces look are completely different if you pick something other than Euler. Interestingly, if you're doing photographic images and using Euler and Simple, it's very, very similar to Seedream, which is created by ByteDance. I have access to Seedream, so when I've compared them, the 2 images look almost identical, which is pretty impressive because Seedream 3 is a really well-regarded image generator. Then finally, you leave the denoise at 1, and all of that gets fed back into the VAE decode and then into an image where you image save. So as an example in this workflow, for this image that I've generated, this was using 10 steps and CFG1. And you can tell that the image here is quite usable. It's only a little bit of the logo here that's a little bit blurry, but everything else is quite coherent. But if you want better, finer details, then definitely increase the steps. So depending on what kind of image I'm generating, I usually go from 10 to 15 steps. If I want better details on logos, small text, things like that, I'll definitely bump it up to 15 and sometimes even 20 to see if it'll just get a better render that way. Because you have CFG1, it's still faster than the regular model. And obviously, if it's not working for you in the distill model, you can just quickly switch back and change this GGUF to the regular model and then generate again. So for a little bit on the speed, this last generation I did was 8 seconds per iteration after loading all the models. So this was a second run after loading all the models. And this one took 86 seconds for the 10 steps at 1328 by 1328. For comparison, using the regular Qwen-Image, so a lot of my times in generations were around 230 to 240 seconds. So there's a significant speed up with the distill model. Now that we know it's faster, let's take a look at how it compares to the regular model. Okay, so let's start with another variation on the previous image. For all these comparisons, the regular base model will be on the left, and then the distill will be on the right. Most of the distill images are using 15 steps, and then the regular image is using the usual 20 steps. I've tried to keep the seed the same as well, but I noticed that even with the same seed, the composition will change a little bit differently depending on which model is being used. And even within the same distill model, if I go from 10 to 15 steps, it also changes the composition in the image slightly as well. But for this one, it remains relatively the same. I think in general, the base image is just a little bit sharper at 20 steps versus the 10 to 15 steps used for the distill. But overall, the distill is quite close. So it's always the finer details like her fingers here and the logos that get a bit more messed up in the distill than the regular model. But even then, the regular model doesn't always nail like the crisp text or logos all the time either. But for this image, it's quite comparable. For this one, there's a couple of things I want to test with the prompt. I want to see if the woman was able to pose with the katana on her shoulder. So not all image generators that I've used could do that. In this case, Qwen-Image was able to do it, and the distill image was able to do it as well. Again, the composition is similar, but not exactly the same. The details on the regular model are slightly sharper, but the distill model still looks a lot like the regular image as well, even though this was also, I think, 10 to 15 steps. Finer details on her armor, a little bit better rendered, but otherwise overall it's usable, and you can increase the step count on this one, or if you really like it, you can change it to the GGUF if you find a good one. So we saw in the last couple that the distill didn't have much difference when it was a single person. Now I was trying one with a few more people and a little bit more complex scene, so a bunch of monks playing soccer. And even in this one, it seems to do okay. The image is a little bit sharper. The faces are a little bit sharper on the normal, but the distill gets kind of close to the composition style. But there are some things that creep in, like the slippers tend to change. This one kind of melds into his foot, and his hands obviously are just a little bit more blurry. So if your image is getting more complex, I would definitely either stay with the base or you'd have to increase the step counts here. Here's another one that's a little bit more fantastical, so a Red Panda DJ. The composition is quite similar between the two. The text rendering on this one actually looks almost the same between the distill and the regular. And then the background, because it's blurry, there's not much of a difference. So for something like this, it looks quite similar. Now for a situation where the base model is just a lot better than the distill model. This was an image I found on ChatGPT, and then I put the prompt in to recreate it in Qwen-Image. Right away, the regular model is just more crisp in how it's putting out the details for the small items. This one is just a little bit blurry, and the lines just aren't as straight. And then obviously the thing here is supposed to say Italia, which it does on the regular model. It says it on the distill as well, but then it also adds another text down here, which doesn't make much sense. This could be a seed thing, but I've tried a few of them with this picture. And usually the text is, sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll get it right, but there's always something else that crops up. So for something like this, I wouldn't use a distill. So now just an example of distill on its own. Can it write text properly though? You can do text on its own and make it legible, but there's a few things you have to set up. Like the resolution I found, if it's less than 1328 by 1328 and you have a lot of text, it doesn't always come out properly. So a lot of the times this one, the faster would be messed up, or some other times the Qwen-Image would be a little bit messed up. And it has to be at least 15 steps. I couldn't get it to generate proper text with, more than a handful of text on 10 steps. But this one was 15 steps using the distill model, and it looks okay. Her hands are a little bit weird. I think it's missing a finger or it's behind the chalk or something. But otherwise, everything else looks okay. It just looks a little bit like ChatGPT. And then stepping down to 10 shots for a couple examples. The stormtrooper taking a selfie, running away. The people in the background, their faces start getting a little bit messed up. The stormtrooper itself looks okay. His hand's a little bit blurry, but with the motion blur, you can't really tell if it's the motion blur or if it's the model. So for 10 shots, this was, another 80 to 90 second generation. It's pretty good. And then lastly, another 10 shot. This one's just like a female street racer in front of her car. This one, again, because it's just a single person, it seems to do quite well with 10 steps. The car in the back looks okay, and then she looks fine. There's nothing really wrong with her. So I think if you're sticking around with just people, single shots of people, then the distill works okay. If you're just trying to see what the image will look like really quickly, you can go back to the regular model to either do it again with the same seed and get a little bit better quality, or if you know you're working with text or some other things with little details, then I would just go straight to the regular model. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful to see a comparison between the two. If you liked it, give it a like. And if you want to see more of this, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.